Hey, this is Spencer with Merit 3D. So we want to share a couple videos with you. This video is going to be sharing some of the vision that we have of Merit 3D and some of the manufacturing technologies that we use to mass produce parts. What we're doing is bringing manufacturing back to America through additive manufacturing, and we want to share some of these processes with you. We want to show you some of the technologies. Most people, when they think of 3D printing, they think of filament. So this is a filament by eSun. It is just a filament that many times will go through a printer. You see them many times in schools and libraries. I have one at home. What we're talking about today is a liquid. This is a liquid resin, and this takes UV light, and what it does is the UV light will cure a part depending on how the program slices the UV. So you're taking this UV material, you're putting it in a printer, and you're printing many different parts. So some of the advantages with this is you can get very high detail resolution. You can also get intricate details and smooth surface finishes. So we're going to take a closer look at how Resin 3D printing works and the different types of resins and the benefits of using this technology. So the process of Resin 3D printing is it uses a UV light. Many times it'll also use a laser or even a projector. This projector will cure in a vat of liquid. So the light will cure the resin layer by layer, creating a 3D object. After each layer is cured, the build plate moves up by a fraction of a millimeter, and the process repeats itself until the object is complete. This is called SLA printing. And SLA printing is capable of printing hundreds to thousands of parts on the same build plate at the same time. Whereas if you use an FDM method, you're usually printing one part at a time on a build plate. So after your parts are printed, then they're sitting in the printer and they're hanging there and they have this liquid resin all over them. So the parts are they're pulled from the printer. They go through a wash process. This can either be using solvents, some people use IPA, sometimes you can use water. So it'll go through the wash process to get rid of the excess resin. After the wash process, then it has to be cured. So the parts are put in a cure chamber for a time, which will take a part that's 75% cured in the printer and convert it to 100% cured. This is a photo-initiated resin, and so it needs the light source to cure it fully. After that, your parts are pulled off a plate and hopefully they're done. Sometimes you'll have support removal, depending on the design, but many times if it's designed amazingly, then your parts can be pulled off the plate and put in a box. So that's the kind of the gist of what Resin 3D printing is. There's many types of resins available. Many times they will come in bottles similar to this, each with its own unique properties and characteristics. For example, standard resins are perfect for creating detailed, high-resolution parts with smooth finishes. Tough resins are more flexible and impact resistant, making them ideal for functional prototypes or parts that require a degree of flexibility. Many times these compete with like polypropylenes, ABSs, the high impact materials. There are also specialized resins available in the dental industry, in the medical industry. There's biocompatible resins that are safe for use on or touching the human body. So each resin type has its own mechanical properties. And many of these resins we use here at Merit 3D are often compared to some common plastics. There's also nylons. That's a really common one. So there's many software tools. At home, my kids use Tinkercad. They love using Tinkercad. Here at our office, we use SolidWorks. That's what a lot of the industry professionals use, SolidWorks. Home hobbyists, a lot of Fusion 360. It's pretty inexpensive. Sometimes you can get a free version. You can also get Blender and some other software programs that you could use to design. So all depending on your design capability and capacity and what area you're going into, but there's a lot of design tools that you can design this in. We hope that we can help orient and educate you so that as we work with you that we can make it a smoother process. Thanks.